Welcome to a pivotal moment in your career, the shift from a high-performing individual to an influential leader. This transition is more than a promotion. It's a redefinition of your role, your influence, and how success is measured. Today, we're going to explore how to navigate the shift with clarity, confidence, and a mindset built to enable others, not just excelling yourself. Most new managers underestimate how different the role truly is. As a rep, your wins came from your hustle. As a leader, your success is judged by how your team performs, not how well you could do it yourself. And that demands new skills, clarity, coaching, foresight. The sooner you shift your mindset, the more credible and effective you will become as a leader. This session will help you build your foundation as a people leader. You're going to learn how to redefine your role and value in the organization. You're going to learn how to avoid common leadership traps that erode trust with your team. You're going to build practical habits that establish authority, and you're going to learn how to coach instead of control and develop a team that thrives. This isn't theoretical, it's grounded in what actually works when stepping into your first leadership role. Let's break down the core difference. As a rep, your influence was direct. You made the calls, ran the demos, closed the deals. Now your impact is indirect. It's measured by how well your team executes. The more you shift your mindset from individual outcomes to team enablement, the faster your leadership will click into place. Here are the 4 essential pivots. Control to clarity. So you're going to stop micromanaging. Instead, you're going to set clear targets with clear expectation. You're going to go from answers to questions. You're not going to solve every problem. Instead, you're going to be guiding reps to solve their own. Individual wins to team wins. Your dopamine hit needs to come from others succeeding. You need to go from reactive to proactive. Think ahead, spot blockers before they become issues, build rhythm, not just reaction. This will happen a lot, but when you're tempted to jump into the work, pause and ask yourself, should I coach this or do it myself? Will this help my rep grow or make them more dependent? Am I solving today's urgency or building tomorrow's capability? These moments of pause are where great leadership is formed. Reality is most new leaders will fall into 2 camps. Over-functioning, you're still the rep, you're too involved, you're too directive. Or under-functioning, you step back entirely, afraid to assert any form of authority. Great leadership sits somewhere in the middle. It's structured, you're present, you're consistent, so let's build that balance together. Now, this is one of the most important leadership habits, weekly one-to-ones. You need to treat these as sacred. What's working? Where are they stuck? What's their top focus? What do they need help with? Do not cancel these. Don't drift into status updates with these. Use these for coaching, alignment, and trust building. It's far too often to see these become a second priority, always shifting around. Stop doing that. Reality is ambiguity is the enemy of performance. Your rep should know what are their core responsibilities, what good looks like in clear behavioral terms, and what the current team priorities are. You don't need a full playbook, you need alignment. And that starts with some documentation and visible expectations. It's more common than not for new leaders to often freeze when it comes to giving feedback, but silence does more harm than imperfect delivery. Trust me on this. Start small. That opener was tight, great tone. Can I offer a quick adjustment? Make feedback a conversation, not just simple corrections, and then normalize it as part of how your team improves. Giving feedback is great if done correctly, but not doing it at all is one of the worst things you can do as a leader. And also think about using micro goals to drive progress and your coaching. So some examples of this is setting the goal for your team to book 5 meetings this week, test a new subject line on 10 emails, practice the new call intro on 3 connects, track them in your one-to-ones. Progress builds motivation and motivation builds consistency. I would also suggest watching energy of your team like you would watch your pipeline. Ask yourself, what's draining your team? Where are they gaining momentum? What's one friction point we can get rid of? Your job isn't just to manage output, it's to manage the environment that produces it. As a new leader, over time, you're going to be building trust with your team. So here are some early wins to build lasting trust. Run a listen tour. Ask, Do not assume, and gather themes across all your team members. You will always find things that correlate, and they're the things you work on first. Fix one frustration. These quick wins will show that you're listening. Create a ritual. Small habits like Monday goals or Thursday wins build culture fast. It's really good to set goals at the start of the week, celebrate all of them at the end of the week, and go through learnings to apply the following week. Deliver a private win. Unblock a deal. Improve a sequence. Show up. Support your team. Get in the trenches with them. And then share what you're learning. Don't posture, collaborate. Confidence lives in transparency. You're probably wondering this. Let me tell you what they're wondering. Can I rely on you? Will you make me better? Are you leading with intent or ego? You answer those questions in every one-to-one, every Slack message, every coaching moment. Authority isn't declared, it's earned through consistency. One of the reality is they are now the main characters. We are the side characters supporting them. Live and breathe that. Reassure them. Let's anchor it. Dudes, be present in your weekly touch points. Lead with structure and questions and celebrate your team's progress. Don'ts. Don't default to solving everything yourself. Don't avoid hard conversations, and don't try to replicate your independent contributing habits. The best leaders adapt, they don't repeat. Your reps, they don't need the perfect manager, they need one who's present. So be reliable, be thoughtful, follow through, show that you're not here for the spotlight, you're here to build something bigger than yourself, and that's how authority is going to be built. So here's your leadership starter pack. Schedule weekly one-to-ones now. Ask 3 open-ended questions to every rep this week. Fix one low-hanging frustration. Track how often you're fixing versus coaching. If you do these 4 things with consistency, your team will feel it and they're going to respect it. So remember, leadership isn't about doing more. It's about doing different. You're no longer the top rep. You're now the architect of a high-performing team. That's a big shift and a deeply rewarding one. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be intentional. That's how trust is built. That's how teams grow.